Okay, well, I just did a video where I was talking about questioning whether the rabbi at King David's tomb was going to give as a gift to King Charles III the special Torah scroll for the Messiah and a gold crown that they commissioned to give to him as a gift. Now, what they showed us in the news was this weird looking crown, and nobody could figure out why it was so weird looking. And that is not the crown to put on the head. When you have a Torah scroll, you put the velvet or whatever cloth around the Torah scroll, and then you put the crown, the Torah crown, on top of the Torah scroll, and then you put it inside like a cabinet called an ark. So we know that there was a gold crown to give to the Messiah when he comes to Jerusalem with this special Messiah Torah scroll that was specially created for Israel's anointed one, also known as the Messiah, Mashiach. And so what just happened, July 16th, is the Israel Heritage Foundation awards Trump Crown of Jerusalem. Now, this is not the gold crown, and they plan to give this crown to the Messiah when he comes to Jerusalem. But they gave Donald Trump a silver Torah scroll crown. And I'll show you pictures and video clips. It says in JNS, it is clear that many in the Orthodox community are very supportive of Donald Trump, and Donald Trump is very supportive of them. Representative Burkett, a Republican Tennessee, told JNS, July 16th, 2023, we all have great gratitude to this person, Rabbi David Katz, Executive Director of the Israel Heritage Foundation, said from the podium, gesturing towards former U.S. President Donald Trump at his right. This is a person that doesn't care only for himself, but cares for the entire world, Katz said, especially for the people in Israel and for the Jews in America. The rabbi extended the blessings from Israel and wishes for a long, healthy, and sweet life to the president, his family, and all his friends. Some 150 Orthodox Jews looked on at Trump National Golf Club, Bedminster, in New Jersey on July 10th, as the Israel Heritage Foundation awarded the former president a Keter Yerushalayim, which is Crown of Jerusalem Award. Now, I believe this is different than the gold crown they're commissioning to give to the Messiah when he comes to Jerusalem. But that white crown with the little things hanging from it that was strange looking, that is actually a Torah scroll crown. And that's why it looked odd to us. Longtime pro-Israel advocate Dr. Joseph Frager, Executive Vice President of the Israel Heritage Foundation, served as event MC. The Israel Heritage Foundation strives to preserve the memory of the 6 million Jews murdered in the Holocaust by Nazis. The Israel Heritage Foundation fights anti-Semitism day in and day out, and Israel Heritage Foundation advocates for the land of Israel, especially in Judea and Samaria, and even more especially for sovereignty in Area C, Dr. Frager said. He presented the award, a silver Torah crown contained in a glass box, along with Katz, and they handed it to him. An inscription quoted Psalm 136:1 and noted Trump's extraordinary and heroic efforts to help the state of Israel and the Jewish people. So let's look at Psalm 136:1. Now, it did not have the entire verse of Psalm 136. It had Psalm 136:1, which says, "Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. His love endures forever." Now, in this video about the coming Messiah, and commissioning the gold crown for him from Rabbi David Berger of King David's tomb. It says in this video clip that the Messiah is a king. Okay? So this is not just some Joe Blow rabbi in the background that's popular. This is somebody who's a king, and because he went through a coronation and he's anointed with the holy oil that came from Jerusalem and was approved of as being, kosher by the rabbis for the coronation, and the olive oil that came from the Mount of Olives, you can just imagine who this king is, right? So this is just a precursor. Donald Trump may very well get back in the presidency and may have something to do with helping with the rebuilding of the Third Temple. So this is possible since he is, a real estate builder and all of that. He knows all these people that are builders, of course, with all of these skyscrapers and buildings with his name on it. So, and of course he's been pictured on the coin with the Third Temple on the back of it. Now, Trump is not an anointed king. They're looking for somebody who is a king and saying that he is the Messiah, and you'll see it in the video clip. So I want to show you a little bit of the video clip of the event of the Israel Heritage Foundation and what Rabbi Katz said and regarding the Third Temple soon to be built. And then I want to show you what Rabbi Berger's commissioning the gold crown video said about giving this to the Messiah or the Mashiach as a gift when he comes to visit Jerusalem. And who is going to do that pretty soon but the first monarch that will visit as king in Jerusalem from the UK, King Charles III. Since this crown is the Jerusalem Torah scroll crown, and it's made of silver, I do not believe it's the same crown that they will give to the anointed king when he comes to Jerusalem. But I wanted to show you these things so you know what happened and what's going on, and this just shows you this is stampeding forward beyond belief. How many people get this kind of special silver Torah Jerusalem scroll crown? Just Donald Trump. So, considering it was a silver Torah scroll crown and not a gold crown for the anointed king, then I would say that that is an event that's soon to come in the near future. Will we be here to see it? I don't know. But you've got to take a look at these video clips and see what happened. And I'll show you a still shot of that crown that goes on top of the Torah scroll. And I'll show you pictures of, how it fits on there. And I talked about it in my book, The Almond Tree, Aaron's Rod, the Messiah, King of Israel. And I went into detail about the Torah scroll and the things on it. And there's a lot to it that's very significant. So this is something that just happened. It said it happened July 10th, and it was posted in JNS on the 16th. So you needed to know that this happened. So let's take a look at the video clips and read the captions, especially the one from Rabbi Berger commissioning the gold crown and the Torah scroll itself to give to the Messiah. And it has a cover that exhibits the harp of King David on the exterior of the fabric. So it's embroidered on there. So they will give this to a king, and they see the Messiah as a king. So it's going to be somebody that's coronated already and anointed with oil from Jerusalem, which King Charles III already is. People, we are stampeding. We are in a horse race towards the finish line, towards the King appearing and taking us to be where he is. And meanwhile, this is going to happen in Jerusalem till she fulfills her 7-year time of Jacob's trouble and acknowledges that God became their Yeshua, their salvation, and shed his blood to reverse the curse of death from the Garden of Eden and take us back there. So watch these clips and just see what you think about it. Also, I wanted to say that I'm going to show you that there's different styles of the Torah crown, and they make them in all different shapes and sizes, and they're real decorative. They have parts that are kind of hanging down from it, like bells, or, you know, kind of like what was on the high priest's robe. A bell and a pomegranate, a bell and a pomegranate. You know, sometimes they use those ornamentations. And sometimes it looks like, the crown looks like a pomegranate. And as I said in my book, it was said that King Solomon fashioned his crown after the shape of the crown part of the pomegranate. So that's real interesting. But let me just show you these clips and show you how fast things are stampeding. This is not the gold crown. Like I said, they gave Donald Trump a silver Torah scroll crown of Jerusalem.
My esteemed colleague, Rabbi David Katz, Executive Director of Israel Heritage Foundation.
Good evening, everybody. In the Jewish calendar, we are during the 3 weeks that we mourn the destruction of the Holy Temple that happened thousands of years ago. Jewish people around the world still mourn this great loss, and every year during the 3 weeks, we mourn, and when it comes to big day of Tisha B'Av, we cry, and we have the great beliefs that very soon we will be Zoiche, we will all see the building of the third temple in Jerusalem very soon. We know one of the reasons of the destruction of the Holy Temple was Jews were not united. Jews were not loving each other's, I don't want to say anything negative, but they were not positive, friendly, lovely, and our job to bring and to build the third temple is to unite. How appropriate it is tonight that we see all kinds of people, religious, not religious, Jews, not Jews, come together, and we honor our President Trump for what he has done for Jerusalem and for the Jewish people. We all recognize what he has done for us, and he'll be awarded tonight with the Keter of Jerusalem award, which he very much deserves. And we hope that this message will go out to the world, knowing that Jerusalem is a state of Jewish people, and Jewish people should be able to live in Jerusalem the way we Americans live in America. We thank Hashem for giving us this beautiful America that we all could serve the Almighty. We should never be embarrassed here in America being Jewish or doing anything as a Jew does. And we expect the same thing should be in Israel. When people walk out Friday night after having the Shabbos meal, they should be able to walk in peace and not be scared from terrorists who are out there to stop them from walking on the streets and just giving them hardship day after day. So when we sit here today, we are helping and sending out a message to the entire world, knowing that Jerusalem is a place that has to be secure for Jews, and we should very soon be able to see the building of the third temple living with coming of Mashiach Tzidkenu b'mheira v'yameinu, amen.
Well, thank you very much. I don't think, does the rabbi play golf? I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't think so.
Everybody stand the whole time. Everybody stand. You deserve it.
Please. We're going to say a little prayer or something. Would you like to? Go ahead, please. Who's better than the rabbi at this? Come on, rabbi. Say another one. Say another one.
We all have great gratitude to this person. This is a person that doesn't care only for himself, but cares for the entire world, and especially for the people in Israel and for the Jews in America. My blessings is, may the blessings from Israel come upon the president, his family, and all his friends. May God give a long life, a healthy life, a sweet life to our dear president, Mr. Donald J. Trump.
Thank you, Rabbi. I'm glad I told him to do that. He did a very good job. You've done that before, Rabbi, I guess, huh? A couple of times, huh? Thank you very much. Great gentlemen, great people, great friends. I have so many great friends. Steve Soloway, Dr. Soloway. He's a tremendous doctor, tremendously talented doctor. And he has been my friend for years, right? I don't want to say how old, but it's been a long time, and we appreciate it. That's right. That's right. And you've... thank you, Steve. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I'm thrilled to welcome everyone from, and this is a great group, Israel Heritage Foundation, to Bedminster, New Jersey. Does anybody know about Bedminster? Because I have a lot of friends from Great Neck here. But we know about Great Neck, but I'm wondering about Bedminster. It's pretty much of a WASP community, I have to say. So I'm not so sure that too many people here would know about Bedminster, but that's okay. And I'm honored to receive your Crown of Jerusalem Award. That's a very big deal as far as I'm concerned. I want to thank your Executive Vice President. Where's Joseph? Joseph? Thank you very much, Doctor. Great. And we have a nice picture waiting for you and your family, okay? Thank you very much. This is a great gentleman, and this is a great honor for me, and it was an honor to see so many friends. And Steve, take care of yourself. You two guys, you've done a great job, and we appreciate it. Two really fantastic people. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody.
Come on, John Burke. Come on, John.
John Burton, please.
I need
Sam and Amaya.
I'm at the conversation.
And Mr. Blakeman. Mr. Blakeman.
Where's Blake?
He's right here.
Right here.
Okay, that's it.
We have a man here, Nassau County, who is one of the greats, and he won a race that was supposedly was not winnable. That was like mine. I think they gave you the same chances they gave me. Come here. Vote for Blakeman. Vote Blakeman. Nassau. What a job you've done. Come here. Good.
I want you to read it, please.
Okay, good. Please, you go ahead.
We love you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much.
Please read it.
Okay.
Give thanks.
Give thanks to Hashem, for his work is good, his kindness endures forever. Presented to President Donald J. Trump for his extraordinary and heroic efforts, I like that very much, to help the state of Israel and the Jewish people. He and his family should be blessed eternally. From the Israel Heritage Foundation, July 10th, 2023. I want to thank you, Rabbi.
And it says in small print that you must win and be the president together.
He is going to win.
let me put it this way. If we don't win, Israel's in big trouble. I really
You're
mean it.
gonna win.
I mean it. Israel's in big trouble.
No, you're gonna win.
Thank you very much.
Doing on that order, then where you'll win.
What is this, a test? The rabbis give me a test. This sucker is heavy.
About 100 pounds.
Yeah.
Now I want to show you a bit of this video where it shows this rather strange looking Torah scroll crown. This is not the crown that they would give to the Messiah to put on his head. They commissioned a gold crown. The crown that was a Torah scroll crown of Jerusalem that was just given to Donald Trump is a silver Torah scroll crown of Jerusalem. And this little video called Unite the 70 Nations of the World, Create a Crown Gift for the Messiah. And it says, for 2,000 years Israel has waited for the Messiah, Moshiach. The Mashiach will be a king, but this will not be his crown, but a gift. They wanted to create a golden crown, not a silver crown. Now remember that the rabbi of King David's tomb, and notice the harp on this Torah scroll, this is the one commissioned by Rabbi Berger of King David's tomb to give to the Messiah when he arrives in Jerusalem as a gift. That with a Torah scroll crown and a gold crown for his head. This is the Torah scroll that the rabbis plan to give to the Messiah when he comes to Jerusalem, which indicates he is coming from outside of Israel. Just like I told you, King Charles III is soon to visit there, and he is now the anointed one. This is a crown that goes on top of the Torah scroll when it's rolled up and the cloth is put over it. And I talked about this in my book, The Almond Tree, Aaron's Rod, the Messiah King of Israel. And the Torah scrolls actually have a crown on top of them. And you can see, that it's an unusual shape. It's not like something you wear on your head. It goes on the Torah scroll. You can see in this picture Torah scrolls with crowns of the Torah scroll on top of them. Now this is what they just gave a silver Torah scroll crown to Donald Trump. When they were talking about commissioning a crown for the Messiah, it was a gold crown that they were talking about giving to him. This is not something you put on your head, but on a Torah scroll. And you could see how it looks right here. It's known as a Torah crown. This is another style here. I remember one time that Donald Trump made the comment when he was president that there were some very powerful people who were not happy with him for something that he did or didn't do that they were expecting him to do. And I really wondered if it was this high-ranking group of Jewish rabbis, because as I've been saying in the last couple of videos, that they're diminishing the democracy over there and the judicial situation, because they've got to turn it around and change it into a parliamentary monarchy if they're going to put King Charles III as the king and acknowledge him as the king. And he's soon to go visit there. So I'm thinking, and even before this happened with Donald Trump, I'm thinking that they are going to give those gifts to King Charles III. The gold crown that they commissioned for the Messiah, or the Anointed One, and the Torah scroll. And maybe that kind of rather ugly Torah crown is something that they're just showing, that they're not showing you the actual gold crown that was made. So they actually raised money for this crown to give to the anointed king when he comes to visit Jerusalem. And truly, I believe it's going to be King Charles III. It just is stampeding so fast. And if Donald Trump gets back in the presidency, then he would move things forward as well, with Israel being elevated above the 70 nations, ultimately putting them as the one world government with the king at the head of it, and placing the Sanhedrin members as the world Supreme Court. Something major is going to happen, a huge shakeup in the world, and all of this will be put in place. Will we be here to see any of it? Will we be here to see the temple rise? I really don't think so. I really think that we would be taken before the red heifer sacrifice, because that is what starts the sacrificial system. So with this event happening, I'm telling you, we are on the racetrack racing towards the end of the race and hanging on by a thread. But this ought to show you things are going faster and faster. So I'll just say, if you didn't see that this happened, I wanted to share it because I just talked about Rabbi Berger's gold crown that he commissioned for the Mashiach, and plan to give him, realizing that they said when he comes to visit Jerusalem, meaning that he's coming from another country, he's coming from another place. And King Charles III totally fits in every way. Keep in mind that he was born the same year as Israel, 6 months later. And his mother reigned 70 years, a number of God, and then he adopts all these religions, defender of all faiths. So he's going to bring everything that's like, a different faith in the gospel only. And it's all going to come there to Jerusalem, the Scarlet Harlot, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots. It started there in Jerusalem. I showed it in my video and revealed it. I was stunned when God showed it to me and couldn't even believe it myself. But the more I investigated it, the more I just said, no way, this is unbelievable. So it's going to happen, and this is how it's going to go down. And very soon, when you start seeing that King Charles III is going to travel to Jerusalem, I would really be keeping my eyes open for what happens. But now that you've taken a look at these video clips, you can see what their thinking is, and that the Messiah is somebody who's a king. So, wow. Should have the hairs on your arms stand up, because soon our king is going to appear, and I can't wait. Shalom for now. Have a good night.